Benji, how important does that win feel?
Regardless of the result, just the way the boys turned up today and actually fought, backs against the wall, given no chance. Young side, new spine, players out of position, and to just fight like that, even at the end there, if it went the other way, all good. We could have been proud of the way we performed, but for it to fall our way in the end, what it does do is it gives our supporters something to celebrate, which I think that's important. And then also for the players, just to get some confidence that what we have been doing is it's there. And I thought we showed, for most of that game, a lot of the things we've been good at in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Just proud of the boys' effort, really.
Yeah, 20-0 after half an hour. I know you'd scored points, but what really stood out sideline was the intensity, the energy, the desire. Did you always know that was going to be there like it was in that first 20 minutes, 30 minutes today?
What I saw in the warm-up, I thought there was something coming. And it's a credit to our leaders. I thought our leaders did a great job. Like Twal, first job as captain, he's just reminded me he's 1 from 1. Adam, Twal, Stafford, all those guys this week in our leadership group that took the bull by the horns and led the group to what we needed today. I thought that was the difference. They showed up this week and really gave us a good direction on what we're doing. It's a credit to them.
Where'd that come from, Alex? Because the script, after 6 straight losses against a team doing well, suggested that something else might happen. Where did that desire and energy come from?
Yeah, obviously Benj has given a lot of credit to the leaders, but I think it started, with Benji. Just we showed today how much he means to us, and we obviously wanted to go out there and put in a really good performance for him. And I think right across the board, from coaches down, it just. Everyone just really wanted to get the win today. And like Benji's been saying the last couple of weeks, we've been playing some good footy, bar last week. But, today was a real, indication of how much Benji means to the boys and how much, we really want to play for him. And, I think we had a lot of young boys out there today and just, some of their efforts today were just unbelievable.
Latu Fainu said exactly the same about winning for you, Benji. Give me your thought on Latu and more broadly the 3 Fainu brothers today.
Latu's just, he's going from strength to strength. I mean, that's the second time he's put 80 minutes together in an NRL game. And people forget that. We've tried to bring him along, played him as a ball-playing lock to give him some minutes, get some confidence, and then he's been thrusted in there. And I thought today, with a senior halves partner in Adam, who I think deserves a lot of credit for the way he managed the game and took the pressure off Latu, and let Latu just play. His future's bright. But there's a lot going on around him, and you talk about the other two Fainu boys, they're a pleasure to coach. They all are, and and that's why it's frustrating because they put in so much effort at training and work, and I see that. And then when you don't get the results, it can make you feel worse than what it is. So I'm just happy for them. Happy for the whole club as a whole because we needed that.
Benj, you talk about Latu's future, but is there a sense that when you see a team play like that, it's kind of the future this club's been creating for itself over the last couple of years, sort of bringing guys in, all 3 of the Fainu brothers, some young talent really on show today, this is kind of where the club hopefully can get to? Yeah,
well, that's a bit of a flip script from what was happening during the week about letting juniors go. So that's, you win one game and it's all of a sudden that changes. I get it. There's agendas or whatever's happening, but there's a lot of shit that happened during the week that was just not true and unfair and starts because we're losing, and then it gets reported, then every podcast jumps on it and every news article jumps on something that's not true. The thing with me and Adam was crazy, and we have to defend that. It just puts pressure on the club that we don't need from something that's not true, so again, letting juniors go, we didn't let any juniors go. They didn't want to be here. That's where it's at. And we want guys who want to be here. So eventually, you're talking about the Latus and Samuelas and those guys, Luke Lalilis, they want to be here. So, yep, there's a future there. But at the same time, you got to have a good group of leaders who are driving the ship. And today, they were outstanding.
Does it feel like a vindication, that win?
No. We don't need vindication. It's more just, it feels like reward for effort and hanging in there. After the Manly game, I felt a real sense of... and it probably was a whole club thing where dejection, down, and we had to literally pick ourselves up off the canvas without our 2 captains. And then Jack Bird pulls out this morning with gastro. It's just something after something. And to fight like that, and this guy next to me, when he talks, people listen. That's why he's the skipper this week. And I thought he did a great job all week of driving the ship.
Can you talk to us about Tristan Hope?
Yep.
Second NRL game today, lays on that try. It's really significant there for time.
Yeah, look, the try is a reward for just persistence. But what you don't see is the effort he does in line speed, defence, last efforts. Like, he hasn't played that many minutes in many games, and to turn it up in an NRL game against a pretty handy side was pretty impressive. And off the back of all the talent stuff, and I thought he was great today.
We've gone through this week that you had was really difficult. With that in mind, is this one of the most satisfying wins of your coaching career?
No, it's not enough. I'll be honest. We had a 3-try lead there at one stage, and let them back in a little bit. And if we keep accepting just winning, which don't get me wrong, it's nice to win, but if we just keep accepting that, then that's where we'll be at. I think there's a lot more upside in us and a lot more things that we can improve on. Again, having Uppy and Jerome back next week will help those things. But we've got a long way to go still, but today wasn't enough.
So you're looking for back-to-back comfortable
just consistency, and backing that up again with how can you put 40 minutes together like that today, where we look like we were cruising and playing a style that suited us, and then they come back and score like they did. So we have to play that for 80 minutes, and that's where we're going. I don't want to just be happy with today. I want next week, let's do it again.
Cool.
Thanks.